afternoon, good evening, or good morning. This is Adam Bullock, your commissioner with the dish, and welcome to Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking podcast. Here with Evan Forbes, aka Kessin Cousins. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I feel like I was just here a few days ago.
I know we had a weird week. I had some family emergencies.
Yeah.
Those thankfully have worked their way through at this point.
It's good to hear.
Thank you. I really appreciate
it was really
that.
Good.
So we had a late post.
Mm-hmm.
I think we posted our last week's episode 2 days ago. Was it last night? It doesn't matter. But we're still on a weekly basis.
We're back on track.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
That's great.
Today is Friday, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday, so we're good.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Friday before football, we have an early game on Sunday, played in Germany, if I believe. Mm-hmm. Is that the first Germany game?
Sounds right.
That's interesting.
It definitely sounds right.
American football.
Yeah.
Overseas.
They're trying to get a league over there. I don't know.
Well, I got to call it American
not a league,
football because they stole the whole name.
Football.
I'm still a diehard
European
football.
Yeah,
I'm so pumped for the World Cup.
Are you?
Oh, absolutely. Besides for it being in Qatar, because it's 4 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m. games. I'm not going to be able to watch any of them.
That's a bummer.
I work a 6:30 to 2:30 or a 9 to 5 job.
Right.
You know?
What days are they?
Well, every day. It's a huge competition, man.
And
Do you
throughout
not
the
watch
week.
the World Cup?
No.
You don't?
There's only one football I care about.
Shame on you, sir.
There's only one football.
Well, you can call it soccer.
Yeah.
And then you can care about it because it's something different.
Because I can separate it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
No anxiety. No separation anxiety involved.
Oh, boy.
But anyways, we have a fun week ahead of us.
Yeah.
We're at the restart of our year. We don't have what the restart. Sorry, Daskell, you got confused in the chat. What it means, like we reset, is that we are now officially starting from the beginning after the 10 weeks of play because we only have 10 people in our league.
Top of the key. You can only play everyone once, and then you got to play them again.
Right.
Yeah. So
which strength of schedule does, I think, make sense in our league. Then
I'll say I had to play Raul last week, which means I don't have to play him twice. I do have to play you twice because it's you and me this week.
Yeah,
it's a bummer.
I hope you lose.
I hope the same for you. That I hope you lose. It's a weird thing to say.
It is. And there's a lot going on. Trade deadlines coming up. We'll get into that a little later.
For our league.
I know. Our league.
For our league.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying.
NFL already passed.
Yeah, that's already gone. I wish they did more.
Yeah, keep it going all the way till Christmas.
Just get
Who cares?
Crazy and do it. I know they. I did read an article that they want to extend it.
Oh, is that right?
There's like a vote going on, but we'll see what happens.
Makes sense.
We have a fun week, I guess, coming ahead of us. We don't have any corrections.
No, I don't think so.
No,
we didn't record long enough last week to have any corrections.
Yeah, I think it was 43 minutes. Our shortest, our shortest pod.
So that extra 40 minutes is when we really start to mess things up.
That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah.
So let's keep pressuring through. We'll go right on to the news.
Sure.
Who will the Patriots' #1 receiver be this weekend? My brothers are fantasy warriors. We share our knowledge with one another. Whatever my brother knows, I know. And all of their knowledge will be mine. I'm gonna crush you guys this week.
I hope so. You this week. First.
Goodness. Here we go.
First up, your team, the Colts, they are doing a little housekeeping. Frank Reich? Is that really how you say his last name?
Well, that's why I pointed at you to take over, because I had no idea. And it came back to me anyway.
Thank you for letting me jump on that grenade. Hot potato.
Yes.
It's right back at you. Frank Reich? Rich?
Man, I feel like such an asshole. But that's okay. We don't have to, because he's the asshole.
Yeah, and he's gone. Jeff Saturday is in town as the interim coach.
I don't think they should have fired him.
No?
No. Okay.
All right.
I was looking at the stats. Oh, here you got me started.
First thing on the list. Here he
right
goes.
there. Man he's a great quarter. No, sorry. He's a great manager.
But
He has, but they keep giving him 1 or 2 new quarterbacks every year.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you can't expect to be winning when you just keep replacing the QB. QB's got to learn, like, there's a whole playbook
Yeah.
everywhere. You just can't give it to Jonathan Taylor all
Well,
the time.
You can. It's just you're not going to go very far in the season.
Right. You're going to have a losing record.
Yeah. How long was he coach for? Do you know? Was he back in Manning days?
No.
Luck?
No. He was there. Luck. He started, I think, when Luck. It was Luck's last year before he retired. So
Okay.
he had Luck. He had a winning year.
Mhm.
Luck retired,
Right.
and then he went through the backup for Luck.
Right.
I think it was Brissett.
Is that right at the time? That
Yeah.
sounds right. I can picture him in a white and blue.
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
I think it was Brissett at the time, and then went into. Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot.
Oh no, you don't have to be on the spot.
You put me on the
I'm
spot.
so
man.
sorry. But yeah,
If I write it down, he was at before your main man over there at the Chargers.
oh, yeah,
Had a winning year with him.
dude, I got nothing, man.
What?
I've got absolutely nothing.
No.
You're not talking about Sony Michelle. You're not talking about.
No, I'm talking about the quarterbacks,
the quarterback.
man. Oh my gosh.
You're talking about.
I am so sorry, everybody.
I've got
I have
nothing,
to
dude.
apologize.
I've
I was
got
not prepared for that question.
nothing.
I started writing down names and I scribbled them all out. But
That's
no,
awesome.
they're just churning and burning through quarterbacks.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know, case in point, this year Matt Ryan played so many games.
Yeah. And they
And
got Eilinger or
Now,
Ellinger
yeah,
or whatever it is.
which I have. I thought it was a great pickup, but got me negative 2 points.
How much did you spend on him?
All my money.
Oh, sorry. I honestly did not know the answer to that question before I asked it.
Is that right? I thought you were just being an asshole.
I was not trying to bait you. I honestly had no idea.
Yeah. I spent the rest of my my fab money
Yeah.
on Ellinger. But I'm actually still okay with that. I mean, if he got thrown into the mix, he's only played 2 games, right?
Right.
If they don't draft a new quarterback, this is the guy next year.
Sure.
I have a starting young quarterback on my dynasty team.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't I go all in on something like that?
Makes sense to me.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. So
Take a
for
shot.
all those haters out there, you know, it's better to spend money on young quarterbacks that are getting the start than old quarterbacks that are getting the start.
You're being aggressive on the waiver wire, just like
Yeah.
you were advocating last week. So
Because we can.
exactly.
When there's stuff on the waiver wire, go out and get it.
Right.
I do understand that there's not a lot on the waiver wire, but
yeah.
you're a football manager.
Mm-hmm. You gotta
Do
be
the
able,
work. Go out and spend the money.
You got to be able to look
Like,
down
why
the
are you
line
being-
a little bit.
Why are you being frugal?
Yeah. Can't
You-
take it
you-
with you at the end of the season.
No, you're gonna lose it. You don't have to be frugal. You can make trades. You can make trade offers,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have to sit on the waiver wire and be a dick about it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you got me going. On to the next one.
On to the next one. Dobbs. We're talking about injuries and things like that now. Is it Randall Dobbs? No, that's not right. Because I'm thinking of Randall Cobbs.
Romeo.
Romeo. That sounds right. High ankle sprain, out 4 to 6 weeks for Melvin. I don't know how much that's really going to affect.
Well, that's a rookie pick.
It's a rookie pick on a team that's
Ooh, Green Bay. It's
tough right
Dude,
now.
I bet you're real happy about that.
for why?
I don't know.
Because of Rogers? Or because of
Because
Amari
you're
Rogers?
Because no.
Or just because I hate Green Bay?
Yeah, because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a Bears fan.
Absolutely. Oh, that's amazing. Getting into real life
Minnesota
outside
on
of
it,
fantasy.
like Minnesota doing it. They're gonna win the division. There's no catching up to them. At this
There
point.
really is.
Besides for
and,
maybe
man,
this week, but I'm super excited for that game.
I haven't even looked at that. I haven't looked at our picks yet. You've already gone through yours. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm picking
don't
live.
look
I'm
at
not
them.
looking. I'm not
Stop.
looking.
Put that down.
Anyways, Dobbs out 4 to 6 weeks. That's just one more person that Aaron Rodgers does not have to throw to, who Melvin also has. So that's a tough call. And then I think probably the worst one on this list today
Josh Allen.
is Josh Allen. Man.
I think he's gonna play.
It's day to day.
Today, I got the update that he practiced in a capacity
Mm-hmm.
today. But
Media practice.
Yeah, right. Waving at cameras with his opposite arm
Right.
to give his other elbow a rest.
Right. He put the jersey on backwards, so it looked like it was his right arm
Right.
that he was waving.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna try that one day. I am. I'm gonna give that a shot.
Raul is hoping like hell that he plays, huh?
Yeah. And hey, Raul. Well, it's too late for a trade, but man, I'm kind of surprised because trade deadline for our league is coming up. I'm surprised he hasn't
Keenum.
come at me for Chase Keenum.
Keenum. Whether it has or hasn't.
Because we've been podcasting,
Yeah.
and I've been saying, "Hey, I got this guy because it's
Yeah.
about to happen."
Him getting hurt.
Yeah,
He throws a lot. He throws well a
dude,
lot.
he's went 3 years straight playing every game.
Yeah. He's a playing quarterback.
Yeah, and I'm like, that catches up with you.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to take a break.
Yeah.
Granted, they get a nice long break at the end of the season. It's
Yeah.
like
But that
going
doesn't
to
help
college.
us.
But yeah,
For this year.
yeah, Jojo. I'm sorry that I interrupted you, but you
No,
got me,
no,
you
you're
got me on a
fine.
rant. You got me started. I'm spewing out
That's what
stuff.
this is for, man.
You know?
I love it. Believe me, I interrupt you plenty of times on this goddamn thing. Believe me. So it's fine. After that, Matt Stafford is in concussion protocol. I think he was doing some non-media practice today is what I saw.
I think that's the backward jersey moment.
Oh, he's just faking it. They don't want to worry the...
Right. I don't think Matt Stafford, with his chronic elbow stuff that hasn't been mentioned since
pitcher's
week
elbow.
1.
Right, suspiciously. And
Right?
they've been doing not well, so you would think
They
that would
haven't
come
been
up
doing
more
well.
often as an excuse.
I don't want anything to do with the Rams right now.
Nope.
I'm betting all in against the Rams.
Everything that, I look at as far as who to pick up on the waiver wire said that the Rams defense was a solid pickup this week. Even I was like, I'm good.
Right. And Matthew Stafford has nothing to do with the defense. But,
Right.
But it's stained the whole Rams for this year.
Exactly. They just left a bad taste in my mouth after I looked forward to watching them play this year.
Yeah.
After they won the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Ah,
Yeah. Blah.
tough for Johnny.
Yeah.
That's Johnny's guy.
Kiwi.
Yeah.
That is tough. Well, fun fact, though, that his backup is still on the waiver wire. So this concussion protocol has been going on for 2 days.
Right. There you go. Johnny.
There's a QB out there, a backup
Yeah.
to play this week if there's bye week blues. I don't have those blues, and I don't really have anyone to drop to want to pick up the backup for
Right.
the Rams. Because, like we just said,
No
Blah.
thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. I actually just got an update. Amari Rogers, who I literally just mentioned a minute or two ago on Green Bay, he's questionable now. So Green Bay is not going to have a very good time this week. Aaron Rodgers is probably not going to produce very much.
think he's going to retire?
I think he's going to go to a different team, right? That's what I've heard. His people
There's no way.
are talking to the franchise people, and they're trying to get him out of there.
What's he doing? Carolina?
Not now. PJ Walker, he's crushing it over there. They're upsetting teams over there. They upset Vegas last week. They upset...
You can't say upset Vegas. They have a horribly losing record.
They beat them, was it 42-0? I'd be pretty upset if I was a Vegas Raider.
And still, if I was a Vegas Raider, because they have, there was a snippet that got sent out that they actually have the highest not ticket sales, but the highest dollar amount for their tickets.
The Raiders do?
Yeah.
Really?
So it costs the most to go see a Raiders game just to watch them get blown out of
Is
the
that
water.
right?
Yes.
That's weird.
Absolutely. It's over $200. But it was a whole breakdown for the entire league. It was price per ticket, price per beer, price per hot dog.
Really?
Yeah, and the Las Vegas Raiders is number 1 most expensive place to go watch football.
Tourist stuff, I guess. I was wrong. I already checked myself. They didn't shut the Raiders out. That was a different team. And Carolina, yeah, that never happened. So
That's a great in-game correction.
in podcast. Well, as soon as I said it, I was like, I don't know if that's accurate. I don't think that sounds right. And I have the means to check that immediately. And that didn't happen. But there you go.
But keep going on with QBs. We got Kyler Murray.
You're a guy.
Also a game time decision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping he's going to play. He's still in my starting lineup.
Right.
So I know he practiced today in a limited capacity because I mean, if you got a star QB,
right?
Might as well just.
You have a pivot.
Well, this week, yeah, I got Daniel Jones and Rusty Bilson.
Daniel Jones is playing Houston. That might not be terrible.
I don't trust that, to be very honest.
I mean, Houston
has a great defense.
They're middling though, as far as points allowed this season. They're pretty middling.
Right, but they're doing stuff. They're sacking and they're intercepting. They're causing me to lose points.
Sure.
You know, they're doing all the right stuff to make fantasy players lose points.
Right.
While also losing the game.
Right.
You know?
But at least you have an option, though. Daniel Jones is not the worst backup to have.
Yeah. No, I think I'll probably start him. I don't know. We'll see. There's some things going on I'm not going to talk about.
You got 3 days.
I got 3 days. No.
2 days. Oh, you got to make a decision tomorrow.
No, you had to make a decision yesterday because there's a 3-day lead time for the trades.
Oh, I'm talking about just whether or not you're going to put him in your lineup or.
Oh yeah, Daniel Jones. I can't decide between Rusty Bilson and Daniel Jones.
Oh, you're still.
I'm still all in on Kyler Murray.
Right, but you're even second guessing old Bilson.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Interesting.
But he has a juicier lineup. But everything I've looked at is telling me,
and he's playing
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Over Rusty Bilson.
Titans have a surprisingly good defense as well, though. They're up there as far as one of the teams that have allowed the fewest. And again, that is because they've had a bye week, so that helps that stat a little bit. But
right.
They weren't doing terribly bad before that as far as points being scored on them.
Yeah. All right. Well, some other notables. We got Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow. Yeah. Is that Renfrow to the IR?
No, that's Darren Waller is to the IR. For a hamstring and
gotcha. I see the synonymous.
Yeah. And Hunter Renfrow has some oblique issues. So I mean, Raiders are having a tough time.
I know, a tough year for them, and everyone had really high hopes for them getting Devontae Adams, but with these two injuries. That's great news for Devontae Adams.
Sorry, Hunter Renfrow is on the IR officially. That's why I put both of those. So where Waller and Renfrow are both on IR.
Both on the IR. Devontae Adams season. Start him up, everybody. And that's Daskell, right?
Yeah, you should probably be starting Derek Carr too then. I mean, if Devontae Adams does well, Derek Carr has to do somewhat well,
and
right?
And then the Josh Jacobs show, which is on a contract year. From the way the season started, the talk that we were reading was talking about him not being there next year. But
Josh Jacobs?
Yeah. I don't see that happening anymore.
I couldn't imagine them letting him go right now. He's one of the saving graces of their team right now.
Absolutely.
And then they got that tight end guy now. And you got a Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, and then Moreau, their tight end over there. And those basically your only players they have at this point.
Offensive weapons.
Yeah.
You got to keep them when you can.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean,
tough.
That could be another place. We could see a swap of QBs at Vegas and Green Bay. Just saying.
You're saying putting Rodgers back with
Adams? Yeah, buddy. Is that so far-fetched?
No, I mean,
am I that crazy that these things just come to me?
I like it. Things can happen. I dig it.
And then man, a QB swap, I think would be great for those teams.
That'd be fun for us, at least.
Yeah.
Just to watch.
Well, that's who we're most worried about is us, right?
Exactly.
As the fantasy players.
That's what I care about.
Us in Vegas. Who's going to win that? Well, they are Vegas.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, other mentionable questionables. Pierce, for you, Evan?
He's actually healthy now. He got upgraded to healthy since I've been here. So
gotcha.
He should be good to go, but I don't like the fact that he was questionable up until
Lazard for Dan.
Yeah, he's still questionable.
You said Rodgers is out. Ryan
No,
Tannehill?
that's Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's Aaron Rodgers.
He is questionable
Sorry.
for me.
A. Rodgers, Amari, and Aaron.
There's two of them.
We'll have to
weird.
amend how we type those out. But Tannehill, Brandon Cooks, Aaron Jones, questionable. Probably will play, and then for me, Mecole Hardman out.
Yeah,
that was
just
news
recent.
right when we started going on. But
Tough.
that's the news going on for week 10, episode 13. Let's go right into our weekly report.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the best of the best. Let's talk about my team. Guys, you nervous, excited?
I'm shocked. I'm bewildered.
I am a champion! Success in all endeavors.
I got to give all in praise for Daskell this season.
Man.
He's the highest scorer this week.
Uh-huh.
But also, when we started the season, in all the apps or brouhaha that I put our league into, he was supposed to be last place. This guy is in first place.
Game ahead of second
So
place.
I guess that's the fantasy business, right? I can't trust anything any app tells me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta figure that shit out myself. Why am I paying money for this shit?
Oh boy, yeah, I think we touched on it last week and maybe even the week before. It's surprising. It is surprising.
No, I love it. So highest score this week, Daskell, 180 points. Didn't break 200, which I like to see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep things under 200. I like the explosiveness of going over 200.
Dude, I love
but I
it.
haven't done it this year, so I don't want anybody else to do
Yeah,
it.
you selfish son of a bitch.
A little bit, bud. A little bit. Right into our low score, Beetle. That's tough, bro. You scored under 100 points again for the second week, scoring 98.7.
He did increase last week's score by a point and some change, so
Well,
on the uptrend.
yeah, moving on up. Finally got a piece of the pie. Yeah, that's a
boy.
tough one, man. That's just not your year.
Unfortunately, I think at this point, I could think we could count, unfortunately, him out of the playoffs.
I did message him today being like, hey, man, I don't think you're going to win this season. And he's like,
Let's make
what? He's like, what? How many weeks are left? I'm like, just 4, man.
Well, that and case closed, by the way. I mean, you don't even know. You're right.
Yes, just 4. We love you, Beetle. This is Dynasty.
5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 5 including
15,
this
16,
week.
7. Okay, so 5 including this
5
week.
including this week.
Gotcha. Oh, that's nice. So actually, he could make playoffs.
He could.
Ooh, it could happen. Oh
it's
no, he'll
gonna be
still end
tough.
up 6 and 6.
He's got to get Pat Daskell this week. So, yeah, it's going to be tough.
You got this, dude. We're all rooting for you. Keep up the good fight. The off season is going to be playoff season or off season is going to be your moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
Making trades, wheeling and dealing.
Because it goes all year, baby.
Yeah, that's what I love Dynasty football.
All year.
It's all year. You can pick up, trade people for picks or all
Right.
of that. Anybody.
Especially after watching some, college stuff and watching some NFL drafts.
Yes, I kind of want to have a draft party.
Kind of set yourself up for which rookies you're going to want to take. I would love to have a draft party.
Like it's like 2 months before even the season starts. Just get
Yeah.
together, talk about watch the draft, grab some beers, talk about rules for the new season we might want to do.
Talk about the real draft that we're doing on location, right? Doing
Yeah.
a destination, a preseason game.
Get everything set up while
That'd
the
be a great time
real
to do it.
draft is going on.
That'd be a real great time to do it.
So yeah, whoever's listening
Yeah.
to this in our league, let's think about that.
like
Reach
that.
out. Let's talk about it.
Let's do a save the date.
I always tried to do kind of the next year's rules talk during the Super Bowl and
Right.
stuff, but we're drinking, we're
Right.
watching football. It doesn't really come to fruition.
I've never watched a draft before, so that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, it's boring.
I imagine.
It's boring, but it's fun.
Right.
But I the reason I would like to do that is because it gets everybody involved. People know, kind of see what's going on rather than let's Google the top 5 rookies.
It's not such a shock on draft day.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
all there on the same page.
I like it. Pencil it in.
So heck yeah, let's go into the players of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes for Daskell. record week, doing 41.89. Really killing it out there. There's a reason Daskell's going places.
Yeah.
He's on a the way I see it in my head is a really sweet piggyback by Patrick Mahomes. Just Daskell sitting on his shoulders and him just scampering around.
For sure.
No, that's so fun in my head. Joe Mixon for a while popped off. The only reason he won that week.
Who?
Raul.
He did not win last week. I beat
Oh,
him.
he did it? You did beat him.
Yeah,
Oh, I
dude.
thought he won.
Dude, rough.
Ugh.
He's just low.
My bad. Correction immediately. Dude, that's right. You did beat him, but
And I shouldn't have. With a score like that on your running back, I'd
man,
be.
I feel like an asshole. Sorry, there's so much going on in my life. I missed out this week. This week's kind of a blur to me, to be
That's
very
so funny,
honest.
dude. That's the only reason he won last week. Well, he
Well, you
didn't.
didn't win. Sorry to rub dirt in your wounds there, Raul.
Yep.
But I just did. But correction, your wounds are not dirty.
No.
They're still fresh.
You're good. Oof.
After that, wide receiver of the week, Devontae Adams, 31.6 points. Expect that to keep going.
Yeah, this week.
Absolutely. Tight end, Dallas Goedert, 24 points. Great showing. Is that the best showing of the season
For him, I believe so.
That's some solid stuff.
Yeah, not too bad. I believe that's his best showing of the season. I think he's mostly middling teens, right? 13, 14, 17. But yeah, that's his first shot over 20 this year.
That's great.
He's had a couple 17s.
That's a good trend. I mean, they're an undefeated team. They're going to face stiffer competition coming up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to lean on players like Goedert.
He's proven himself as a dependable guy. So I enjoy that.
You're a dependable guy. Because we show up every week.
We do it every single week.
Just like these guys. After that, again, for you, Evan, the defense, the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big bad Patriot defense.
They
back.
destroyed Indy.
Yeah.
It was bad. 9 sacks on the day.
Yeah.
I know because my quarterback, Ellinger, that I put in had -2 points.
That's a crazy amount of sacks.
That's me playing. Like, I remember, I was thinking about this today. Let me retract.
I love it.
I was thinking about that stat today on my drive. And I'm like, that's the kind of stats I would get playing football on a Nintendo, or like football on a video game.
Yeah.
Because that shit doesn't happen in real life.
And like an older video game, not like the more modern ones that are more realistic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I would be a lineman. I would line up just a little off center.
Yeah, it's like
and
NFL
blitz the fuck out of somebody.
NFL Blitz, exactly.
Right.
That's pretty much what it is.
And like, you don't see 9 sacks in a game.
That's so much some quarterbacks get in a season.
Right.
Is 9 sacks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's so bad. Oh man, Sam had to hurt the next day.
Tough.
And well, then eventually they're just like, well, we're firing Jim.
Yeah, that's
He's gonna get our rookie quarterback killed out there.
right. Yeah, we
What's
just got
going
this
on?
guy. He just started playing. We need him around. But I guess I'll jump into the bench warmers of the week. We'll keep it going with me because I had a few of these as well. Justin Fields. Oh boy, did he show up. 52.97 on my bench. Did not see that coming.
Set records, right?
He set the NFL record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in a game. I believe it was 179, but I'm not 100%. I could look it up real fast. He's on my team.
You should look it up.
I just got to go back a week.
Yeah, so Justin Fields really getting into his own feel over at the Bears. The past 2 or 3 games, he's really been on it.
And I think Chase Claypool is going to help that out. I think he's getting a better rapport, or, him and Mooney are starting to connect a little bit more.
Right. Are you worried that Claypool is going to cut into Mooney time?
Yes and no. It's it's another threat, but it's more coverage. I think Claypool will start getting some receptions, but I think it'll kind of balance out. I love the Tariq Jalen situation in Miami. I always hope that continues throughout every team that I have a secondary receiver.
Gotcha. That
Or
could be
first
really great.
even.
Sorry, you switched teams on me, so it confused me for a second. But I get the tandem, the Waddle, Tyreek. Like, you got 2 number 1 wide receivers. essentially.
Chase Claypool's a fast guy.
Yes.
He's a deep threat.
So the Bears, I mean, on paper, are going to be looking great. I mean, with Cole Kmet, with Chase Claypool, with Mooney,
Yeah.
and then Herbert and Montgomery
Yeah.
in the backfield.
It's nice.
Like
It's a nice little playoff
they have
push.
an offense
Yeah.
coming together.
It's not a terrible thing to have some Bears players on your team right now.
Right.
So, yeah, it should be good, fun to look forward to. Moving on to the running back bench warmer of the week. Again, my guy, Raheem Blackshear for the Carolina Panthers, 22.1 points in the absence of Chuba Hubbard or Dante Foreman last week.
Right.
Wow.
Did you play him this week?
This week? No.
No.
Because
Good.
he only scored 4.1.
Right.
I did not see it happening twice in a row. He's actually a
It
taxi
was the
squad.
Foreman show. And,
Yeah.
and did it. No, it's a great taxi squad player. Like,
Yeah,
keep
and
him on that bench.
Dante Foreman had a really good game last week. We'll talk about it briefly when we recover our Thursday night. But moving on, somebody that I don't have finally, bench warmer wide receiver of the week, Curtis Samuel for Raul, 23.6 points on his bench. Not too bad.
Yeah, that's gonna be. He's gonna think about playing him here coming up.
Panthers had a solid outing, I guess, last week as far as just what they did.
Curtis Samuel's on Washington, by the way.
Oh, I'm thinking of.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was.
He was on the Panthers. He's
He
now
was,
in Washington.
yeah, but yeah.
Again, I see his name. I think blue and white and a little bit of black.
Absolutely, I get it, man. Yeah.
Back to one of my guys again, Cole Kmet, one of those crazy tight end pickups I had last week, scored 22 points on my bench. Again, we were just talking about it. I
Yeah.
don't think I'll be dropping him.
No, I mean, well, now I'm like, shit, I dropped him. I had him for 5 weeks. And
As you
he
rightfully
did
should.
Nothing.
Yeah.
He did nothing. I'm like, I got to get rid of him. And it just turned out that way.
Couldn't have called it. Last defense of the week on the bench would be the Buccaneers for Melvin, 25.2.
That's a solid start. That's a winnable defense.
It's because they played the Rams last week.
Oh man, no wonder he benched him. Like we all have the stigma of the Rams being like, oh shit, can't play our defense against
You can.
the Rams.
No, you can.
Yes,
Well, because
you absolutely
you
can.
think to yourself, I can't play my defense against Cooper Kupp. And now you can because he's just not having any opportunities.
Well,
I mean, he's doing
Melvin also has Cooper Kupp, so
Yeah.
that
You
makes
could've done
sense.
that.
Don't play the Bucs against Cooper Kupp.
for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was the end of our weekly report.
Yeah, and those are the big winners of the players. We'll go into the big winners of our matchup review. Daskell took down Johnny 180.11 to 147.27. Johnny was really wishing for a win there.
We all were. You weren't, because you said "fuck Johnny" last podcast. Multiple
I
times.
did.
Multiple
Johnny,
times.
you know I love you.
I love it. He knows.
But gosh damn it. Gotta give you some hate. Especially when we get a message in the message board being like, oh, 5 minutes in and I've already heard my name 15 times. Fuck you, dude.
Classic Johnny, dude. I love it. Don't you ever change.
Yeah, please don't. This makes it for the most fun. And we can't wait to have you on the air.
Yes, we'll make it happen.
Yes,
somehow.
Real quick segue into that. What we're thinking is it's hard to do it during the season, but I think we're going to try to do like maybe some off-season guests.
Postseason reflections.
Yeah, we could talk about the season, think about some moves. We could even talk about the draft that's coming up.
Right.
There's a lot of things we can talk about,
Yeah.
but to get more people involved, this as a weekly thing, it's hard to get people.
Sure.
here.
And with Johnny, it'll be more of a technical issue. I'll have to figure it out how to record everything live with him being there. I say Johnny don't ever change, but you could move back. I'd be okay with that. I'd be totally okay if you guys move back. Well, I mean, you move back with your family. They never lived here, but
Right. I mean, we could all move to Florida.
no, we can't. I won't.
No, not happening.
No.
Immediately shut it down.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of hurricanes. That's not my jam. But anyways, so Daskell took down Johnny to retain the top spot in the league.
By a game. He's still above second place by a game.
And we got tough matchups. We got the restart.
Yep.
Yeah, man. And 5 weeks. Here
Yeah.
we go. We're into the playoff push.
Getting it,
There
dude.
is still a 4-way tie from 6th through 2nd, something like that. Last week was even better.
Yeah.
Everybody had the same record last week.
Yeah, it is a 4-way tie at 5-4. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 through 6.
And with 7 and 8 just one game behind, it's anyone's game. Playoffs
Right, just one game.
Playoffs are not set.
Nope.
Except for maybe Daskell.
He's got a good shot. Even if he were to lose the next 5 games in a row, that would still put him at a 7-7 record. But that's still probably making playoffs, because even if 7 and 8 win the next 5 games in a row, that puts them at a 9-5, 9-5, 7-7. 7-7 is probably still making it. So
Yeah.
he's got a pretty good shot.
Yeah, that's
Super
super fun.
After this week, it might be mathematically possible. I'll do some work on the off time to figure that out.
Well, you don't have to. The app will give us an asterisk.
Oh, as soon as it happens, that's right.
Yeah. So
That's
you don't
right.
have to trouble yourself to do all the math.
The Sleeper app is taking away some of my fun stuff I like to do.
Well, you could do it. Sorry, I said it. You can still do it, man. But after that, big matchup. You, Evan Forbes, against Raul. 176.72, defeating Raul 153.54. Raul's on a downtick.
He is, but he started off the day phenomenally. I mean, I was super worried. We had mentioned it. He scored like 4 touchdowns within the first opening quarter.
Yeah,
of a lot of
You
those
showed up
games.
here to do our Sunday podcast, and you're like, bro, I got so many notifications, and it was all Raul.
Literally
and
4 of his
not
guys.
about
4 of his
me.
guys scored a touchdown on the drive from my house to here in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But unfortunately, Joe Mixon wasn't enough. I think Josh Allen, because he left that game early. Is that what happened? Or no, he played the whole game.
He played through.
Okay. But he didn't have his best game, obviously.
Right. He's not in the 40, 50 point margin, which
Yeah.
we're everyone facing Josh Allen is scared of.
Right.
That's what I was scared of, and
I'm glad I only had to face him once the regular season.
I'm just barely losing every week. Any of my weeks that I've lost, it's by barely. It's a touchdown away. But Raul's on a downtick. You're on like a 5-game win streak. You got to look out. He's going hot. You might peak too soon.
I might have, but I will say this, and I don't like talking about it, right? Because you don't like to jinx anything. But I will say this: my winning streak, I think, started when bye week started. So I think I'm running into opponents that are having bye week issues.
Yeah. So your bench is solid, and that was one of my.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That most of my wins are coming on the bye week blues.
Mm-hmm.
I spent most of my off season building my bench.
Yeah.
Making trades to build my bench.
Yeah.
Most of them haven't worked out. Well, I don't know. I'm about 50-50. Well, I picked up a couple promising Rams players, and then the Rams just didn't have it.
Yuck.
So, yeah. I'm not going to go into that. Moving on, Melvin took down Dan, which at first was a very promising game for Dan.
Yeah.
He was in the lead there for a long time, but Melvin pushed through. Melvin winning 163.53 to 131.63.
Not bad.
Yeah. Speaking of Melvin, he's going to be in town this weekend, so he wants to catch the Germany game because there is one this next week. Starting on Sunday at 8:30, so I think we're gonna grab a Bunny's breakfast.
It's awesome.
If anybody is down, I know Forbes, you're gonna go see a game.
Yeah, be at the Bears game. Hopefully, we have a good showing like we did last week and turn it into a win against the Lions. So it'll be a fun game to go to.
Heck
I
yeah.
am super excited.
I think it's gonna be a very high scoring game.
Hopefully, man.
Just back and forth.
And here's the thing, it's so messed up. I'm playing you, so you should probably be thankful for this, but I am super biased on my players this week. I think because I'm going to the Bears game that the Bears are going to do really well just because I'm going there, and so all my Bears players are going to do really well.
I don't think that's biased at all. I think that's great voodoo, and
Going
you're
against
crazy.
you, for
I
sure.
hate that. No, I don't want that weird voodoo in
I'm
my
playing the
life.
Bears defense this week, I think.
Against the Lions.
No, yeah.
One of the highest scoring offenses.
Well, compared to what my options are, it's either playing a non-existent Patriots defense, or because they're not playing this week, or the Dolphins playing Cleveland.
Dude, just bench your defense. just do that.
That's what a real man would do.
Yeah. If you're so confident in your Bears, bench your defense. Win with your players.
Oh hell! I am playing Justin Fields this week, so.
But anyways, moving on to my loss. Mile High beat me 131.26 to 124.12. I was
7
so
points.
close. I was a touchdown away.
And
that's most of my games. I'm the lowest scored upon player, which is really weird because then I'm just not scoring points.
Yeah, it's
know?
weird like that. Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting in playoff contention, having almost the least amount of scored points and
Right.
the least amount of scored points on. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
You were the lowest scored on. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
so,
Absolutely crazy.
That's just, I guess that's a blessing and a curse. I just got to be able to score points.
And I think Chris Alex is the highest scored on. Or no, I think Beetle has that. Honor now.
Beetle's going to have that.
We all have a good Beetle week.
Yeah, that's okay. Beetle, I went through that last year. Before that was Johnny. Before that was
Dude,
Evan.
exactly.
You've got to win, man.
You've
You're
won
not
a
going,
game,
yes.
so you're already one up on my worst.
Yes.
So
It's okay. Hang in there. There's plenty more fantasy football to come.
you got this.
We're 9 years in. There's another 9 years to come. We're gonna be old men doing this, and by then we'll probably be able to VR it all.
Hopefully. That'd be sweet, dude.
Wouldn't it?
Go to the
VR
games,
at the
VR
game.
stuff.
There'll be actual seats at the game that are for
Yeah.
VR status. We have to pay for,
I'll
and
do
then
it.
just headset on and watch it, like you're right there on the stands.
You can heckle some big dude next to you without fear of getting socked in the mouth for it. That's awesome.
Hey,
Yeah.
you motherfucker!
Hey,
Yes.
your quarterback sucks.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm in my house.
But then he breaks the headset, has to pay $1,000, and you can't watch the game.
Well, what are you gonna do?
But yeah, we'll see. But well done, Mile High. Good luck this next week. You're still in playoff contention. We all are. There's no one start out yet. After that, super low scoring game.
Oh,
Chris Alex versus Beetle. 101.07 to 98.7. What happened there? The two people with
there?
Dude, what did happen there? Ugh. I mean, dude, Chris has a team that can beat anybody.
Right.
I say that every week.
Right, because as far as points, he's got some points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just nobody. Well, he had a player. Damian Harris didn't play at all, and he was in his lineup.
Oh, gotcha.
So he had a goose egg. It wasn't even a goose egg. It was a null line, right?
Just
It's not like he played and didn't get anything. He
slept
didn't
through
even
that
play.
alert.
It doesn't sound like Chris Alex, but I don't
He
know.
still got the win. I don't know. He's always traveling. Could be in airplane mode. Couldn't have seen it.
Yeah, he did still get the win by less than 3 points. So
But anyway, that's our Week 9 review. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to talk about Week 10.
sounds good.
And welcome back.
Jeez.
to Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking podcast. We love you guys. But before we get into Week 10, Forbes and I were talking. We do want to bring up trade deadline.
What's the tread deadline?
The trade deadline. Check your tires. Winter is coming. There is a tread deadline. You'll be sliding around. You don't want bald tires. But the trade deadline's coming up. Week 13. We got 3 weeks. It'll be cut off. There'll be no trades during playoffs. Also, no mass team dropping during playoffs.
There shouldn't be.
No. But that being said, accept them. Don't accept them.
Yeah.
But try to make the fades fair.
Yeah.
We're not here to fleece anybody.
No.
You know, we really enjoy, and I'm sure everybody else enjoys, how our league is super competitive.
Yeah.
There are probably teams that are going to have to rebuild. That might take a year or two, but that's going to happen to every team.
Right. Well, at least once at some point.
Yes.
For sure.
Like, there's going to be a time where we all our QBs retire. All
Right.
our running backs retire or too soon retire.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
like
A
they're-
surprise
like, at
retirement.
28, like, hey, you know, on too many concussions, I gotta
Right.
go. These things are going to
And
happen.
Andrew Luck, if you will.
Right. These things are going to happen. That's why we have big benches.
Yes.
That's why we have trades so late in the season.
Yes.
That's why we have a 3-round rookie draft.
Mm-hmm.
And rookies for over the past, I want to say 3 or 4 years, have been great.
Yeah.
Or, startable. Within the first 2 rounds have been startable.
Yes.
The top 20 picks.
Yeah, for sure.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, I've been getting a lot of trades. I will say, I think both I've gotten as the most trade requests I've ever gotten this year so far. And I think I've also traded the most this year so far, which, I don't really trade a lot, but I've been doing it more. And even just yesterday, I think at one point I had like 4 pending trade requests.
Oh, that's super fun.
It is super fun.
I
It's so awesome.
That is super fun. I don't have that many.
Without getting into too much detail, because I don't, I'm not trying to air any business
Right.
on air.
Please don't.
I won't.
I might have to cut you underneath. No, I'm just kidding. I would never.
But Raul sent me a trade, and in all fairness to him, it was a good trade. I should have taken it. Right?
Yeah.
As far as Trade Analyzer says, like, it was good for me. It was okay for Raul, but I definitely had the better end of the deal.
Yeah.
And I rejected it. And then almost immediately he comes back with a name your price. And I'll read what I put a little bit. I put, you aren't going to like it. My price is a championship.
Ooh,
Like,
I
that's what I'm
love
looking
that
at.
response. That's a great rebuttal.
And here's the thing. It's because, the trade looks good on paper, but that Trade Analyzer doesn't know what Raul has on his team. It doesn't know what I have on my team. It doesn't know the rest of our schedules for the year.
Right.
So-
it's just the trade itself.
And unfortunately, Raul is in my way to a championship. So
Yeah.
I am very nervous. And this goes for everybody in the league, with a few exceptions. It's going to be hard to get me to do any kind of favors for you. Even if it's going to help me, way more is going to help you. Just the fact it's going to help you might. I don't want something that I decide now in a trade to come back and bite me in the ass the last 3 weeks of the season.
And that could very possibly happen.
And it could. Because
you never
nobody's,
know. You
because
don't
nobody's
know.
going for, second tier players, right? We're trading for
no.
startable players because we're trying to have startable players for our team the rest of the season.
Right. But I mean, that's a tough way to put it because everyone on my bench I want to be startable.
Sure. Right.
So even though I'm trading for my tier 2 players, they're still startable.
Right. There you go. That's the problem is and I don't want to toot my own horn, but same way I've got players on my bench that should be starting in other players' lineups, but they just don't need to be starting in mine. Because
Right.
I have other players to take up that role
Right.
before them.
So you have the the problem of having too many good players, huh?
No, just too many good players
What a
in certain
dick.
positions that are lower, that there aren't as many options out there on the waiver wire.
Right. And that's what
That's
the
the
trades are
issue.
for and why if people don't feel that way, but they should now, being now our second season in Dynasty, that rookie picks are very valuable.
Right.
To it in a sense.
I look at age a lot when I'm thinking about whether to trade and even whether to pick up off the waiver wire, even though I could reverse that decision very easily. But I still think about it. What is this cat's age?
Right.
Before
Yeah. I mean,
picking
you
them
look at the top 5 picks taken this year. They're all offense startable players.
Yeah. Well, until you
Bearing
get
injury.
injured.
Right.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Not anymore.
No. Not anymore. I said a Coke, not
Oh,
seven.
gotcha. Womp womp.
But I always feel bad rejecting trades, fellas, just so you know. It kills me every single time. I feel like I need to come up with an excuse or response for why I rejected a trade. But sometimes...
You can say no. People can say no. I don't feel bad. I maybe have like 15 trade offers out there.
Right now?
No, absolutely
Oh.
not. But in my mind,
Okay.
because I'm crazy like that.
Fair enough.
Do I sit down every night and like tinker and look at trades and never submit them?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, all the time. man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just testing the water, seeing what you could make happen potentially.
Yeah, and being like, does this make sense in my mind? Is this going to come to fruition?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an even trade? Like that's something I also look at. Like I don't want to steal people's best players
Right.
if they're just going to be fucked. Because I've been in a dynasty league before where those trades did happen because people didn't know what was going on. And
Sure.
like all of a sudden you have just this fucking juggernaut team.
Young players.
And you're just like, I don't want to, why am I playing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's a bummer losing a bunch. It's a bummer.
Well, I mean, that's dynasty. That's going to be tough. But like against this team that is all just superstar starters,
Like
I don't
something you
know
would
how
set
they
up-
ended up with it. I'm like, well, then why am I playing? Why am I paying every year to
Yeah.
play against this? I don't want that feeling or conversation to happen to anybody in our league.
Right. It should be fun to play. This is a fun thing. It's supposed to be fun.
Fun and competitive.
Right.
Yes.
And you should always feel like you have a shot at winning.
Right. And after a few years, if we all decide to go back to redraft, we absolutely can.
Yeah.
At that point, I will probably then go back to 12 teams.
Ooh, yeah. Can't leave it too much on the waiver wire. I mean, come on.
Right. No, I mean, it has to be competitive because you can make like that's be a manager.
Yeah, I thought you were going to just say be a man. Just be a man about
Be a
it. My
man.
God.
Be a man. Yes. But yeah, absolutely. So those are
awesome.
our sixpence, I guess,
For trades.
for trades.
Yeah.
Have fun. Let's get it. Let's do some trades. We love you all. And let's go into. Should we want to start with Thursday night?
Week 10, yeah, the Atlanta-Carolina game that we both picked Atlanta to
We
win.
both did pick. I watched a little bit of it. Sorry, Amazon, but I doubt they got a lot of viewers for that one.
Not that one. They had a couple. I mean, last week's Thursday night game was pretty decent, if I remember correctly, right? I forget
Yeah,
which one.
no,
That the
absolutely.
Philly-Houston game?
But I mean, these are two losing teams and rebuilding.
It's, yeah.
I watched a little bit. It was okay.
Leonard Chenault had an okay day. He's on the waiver wire.
Yes.
Or Laviska,
yes.
sorry.
Laviska
Laviska
Chenault. Yeah. Someone I think I dropped.
I was wondering. I could have sworn somebody had him at one point.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay.
I like these young kids. He was
sure.
the next Cordarrelle Patterson for the Jaguars. Then he got traded, and I'm like, well, I don't have time to wait for this guy.
Right. I mean, last week he scored 0.6. So.
I'm still playing this season. I don't have time to wait on this guy.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Especially now where you're at, as far as, playoffs are a definite possibility. A championship is definitely a possibility. You're more in tune with this season than if you were in last place.
Right. So, I'm a chef and I do multiple meals per day, right? So I'm always our concept is the meal at hand. What do we need for this meal now? Let's not think about tomorrow right now. We'll get there, but what's going on? So that's how I think about it sometimes for our season.
And that's the way to do it.
The season, the game at hand, the season at hand.
And it's the week in hand. I think that's what it comes down to a lot. It's about winning every week.
Right.
You can't win a season unless you win weeks. And you got to make changes depending on what week, who you're playing, what's going on. Yeah. For sure. I don't know where we started this conversation at, but we got somewhere.
Yeah. Do you have anything notable to talk about?
No,
the
Laviska,
Thursday night review.
Laviska was the only one that did anything of note. Dante Foreman did outscore his
Yeah.
projection by 10.
Yeah, great
but
for
I
him.
think that should probably start being the standard as far as him just being a productive running back on that
Yes,
team. I think
absolutely.
that's just going to be well.
And Raul had picked him up, right?
Yeah, Raul definitely had a nice pick for him.
Yeah, Raul's great on the waiver wire.
Yeah. Maybe
He's-
Johnny
he's-
should
he's-
have some
he's
fucking
one of the
pointers
best.
from him.
Oh,
We
damn.
love you, Johnny.
Dude.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
But yeah, like you said, there wasn't a whole lot else to talk about that game. It was a 25-15 game, and Carolina won.
Yeah, fantastic. I love it. I almost picked them, but Atlanta, I feel, had the hot hand. And still, Carolina being coachless, CMC-less, Robbie Anderson-less.
Right.
Like, you're just like, whoa. But they're putting up stuff. So that's great.
And
as an organization, that is fun to see. That's going to be great to see because guess what? They're winning more games without all their star talent.
Without Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
They just played.
Speaking of Baker Mayfield, who's out there doing helmetless headbutts with everybody after their win.
What?
Like a crazy person. I don't know. There's an article out there. Please look it up. Give it a quick read. But he was celebrating out there on the field by giving helmetless headbutts to people with helmets on.
Has this guy not been watching football this year?
I don't
And seeing what's been happening to quarterbacks?
What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
God.
But anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
What was going on?
I was just saying the Panthers played the Falcons just a couple weeks ago in Week 8. Atlanta and the Panthers played.
Oh, yeah. And
weird.
Who was on that team? They're like 2 weeks apart.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they're in
the same division.
Yeah, they're in the same division.
I was actually trying to go through and trying to memorize all the divisions a few days ago.
Good luck.
I'm getting there. It's actually a little bit easier than you would think.
I started, and I'm like, ugh.
AFC North, you've got the two Ohio's.
I don't need you to.
Okay, here we go.
No, we don't need to go through the whole
that's
divisions.
all. That's
People
all
can
for
do
Thursday.
themselves.
God damn it, dude! Shut down.
Yes, sir. No, we don't need to go with all divisions here. That is the knowledge you can keep for yourself while we're podcasting.
For sure.
And spout out being like, yeah, look at me. This division is blah 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 blah.
My name's Evan Forbes, and I know things.
Yeah, there you go. And that's why I love you.
Oh, boy.
But anyways, we're gonna go into our week 10 picks.
Yep.
Week 9, I slaughtered yet again.
Oh.
I doubled up on you.
Oh.
Even with all the, Seattle over Arizona, Baltimore over New Orleans, Jacksonville over Las Vegas, Detroit over Green Bay.
Can't
The
believe it.
things I called.
I had a bad week last week.
Yeah.
I only won 2 of my matchups that we picked different. We almost had a perfect week, though. The only game we did not call was that goddamn Buffalo Jets game.
Yeah, that's wild. Jets are for real, I guess. I don't know.
Crazy.
They gotta be for real, right?
Apparently.
It gotta be, or just an off day for Buffalo. Everyone's fallible.
Yeah, everyone has moments, and everyone. Yeah, I don't know.
But for sure. So it is your week to pick live on set, which will not be live for everybody. I love how we say that every time.
Yeah,
but it's
for
live for us.
Because this is kind of the first time I'm really looking at the matchups.
Yeah, I've kept you from looking at it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
stop it.
I kind of know who my team is playing, right? Some of the players on my team, because
The Bears
obviously
are playing Detroit.
right?
You
So
know?
you should know who your team is playing. For the players on your team. But yeah, I'm just now kind of going over this.
So anyways, all right, Thursday, November 10th, that happened. Atlanta versus Carolina. We both picked Atlanta. Carolina won.
Upset.
Next up, Germany game.
Mm-hmm.
Melvin will be in town. Breakfast at Bunny's. Let's
Yeah.
get it, everybody.
I'm picking Seattle,
Seattle over Tampa Bay.
Yep.
I picked Tampa Bay.
even though you've got a few players not heading there to Germany. Russell Gage isn't going. I think they've got a defensive or maybe even offensive lineman that's not going to the game. I guess I didn't bring that up in our
No,
news,
that's fine.
but,
You didn't have to give me the skinny on that one. But, dude, no, he's unleashed.
Tom?
Tom Brady's unleashed.
Okay.
He
Mike
lost,
Evans
he
is
lost that weight off his ring finger. He could throw the football better.
for sure. I'll buy that. Although I don't think he ever wore it while he's playing a game.
Dude,
but
he's gonna be-
okay.
Dude, he's going to be showing off to all those Germany chicks out there.
That's good. Mike Evans is healthy, so
Yeah.
he was questionable until today.
They're going
so.
out clubbing
All right. We're
at the
picking Tampa Bay.
discotheques. They're doing it. Tampa Bay over Seattle. Seattle's going to put up a showing, though. You know what? To be very honest, let me do a quick skin.
You think that's
Highest scoring game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay and
In
Seattle.
Germany. They're putting it on. They also want ticket sales. They want to expand. This is going to be, the refs are going to call it. They're going to be like, keep scoring, Tom
Do it
Brady.
early in the morning.
They're
and
going to
quick.
deflate gate. They're gonna do it all to make sure that this is the highest scoring game in Germany.
Oh boy, I want to check. Somebody needs to check those balls after they've been up in that airplane for 10 hours or however fucking long it takes to get to Germany.
After that, we have Minnesota at Buffalo.
Dude, I don't know. You would have asked me this 3 weeks ago, I would have said Buffalo.
Absolutely.
But whatever. But now, I think I'm taking Minnesota.
You taking Minnesota?
Oh,
Are
you
you
know what?
thinking to take Minnesota?
Buffalo just lost an away game, and they were back at home.
They're
this
back at home.
week.
Buffalo, fun fact for Buffalo, they have won 7 straight home games, which goes into last year.
Is that right?
Yes. So they...
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota.
Yeah. Because they might be, out their QB.
Yeah.
I also took Minnesota.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Even though it's a
love it.
home game, records are meant to be broken, right?
Cracks are starting to form.
That's right. After that, we have Detroit at Chicago.
Baby, I'm taking Chicago.
That's great because I'm taking Detroit.
No, you son of a
I
bitch.
know. I had to, bro.
You didn't have to.
Well, I wanted to.
You took them last week and it really bit you in the ass, huh? It did almost didn't. They almost came back against Miami and
No,
won that
Detroit
game.
won, man.
What? Last week, I'm saying. You picked Chicago over Miami.
Oh, yeah.
And they almost came back.
And
but
that was the highest scoring game.
It was. I want to say, 38-35, I think is what that was. Crazy. 72 points.
I know. I wanted it to happen. Chicago, they're going to be good, but Detroit's for some reason they're going to put it together. Division games are really tough.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. Next up, Denver at Tennessee.
Denver's coming off a bye, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Tennessee has a really good defense.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking Tennessee.
Great, because I'm taking Denver.
Perfect.
This is turning out to be a fantastic showing.
I like this. Are our picks
do.
you're talking about?
Oh, yeah. After that, we have Jacksonville at Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City also coming off a bye.
No, they're not. They scored.
Oh, did they not?
Remember,
Oh,
Mahomes
that's
was the high
right. I'm
scorer
going
last week.
crazy. Dude, who am I? What am I looking
dude,
at?
you're
I think
commissioned
it's just
to
getting
dish.
too dark in
Commissioned
this
to dish.
room. I
You
gotta
got a lot
find
on
the
your
light
plate.
switch. The sun's going down. We have no lights on.
This is the second home game in a row for KC.
Mm-hmm.
Playing against Jacksonville. KC is coming off a really good win. I'm taking KC again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
KC all the way.
Yeah.
Next up, really tough one for me.
I know it is.
Cleveland at Miami.
It's tough for you to jump off that Cleveland train. And once Watson comes back, look out. You won't be able to not call them. But I think I am taking Miami. Tua, it looks like he's back in form after last week. And
we
they
got
some
Tyreek
different
Hill
things.
out there trying to break 2,000 yards on the season.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that going to
He'll
happen?
be the first player to ever do it.
Is it probably
2,000.
going to happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. With an
Right.
extra.
It's an extra, yeah.
With an extra game, I think it's definitely possible. But yes, Miami. I have agreed. Miami's there.
You did not choose the Browns?
I did not.
Oh
I
my
did
God.
pick Miami.
This is a moment.
Yes. After that, we have Houston at the Giants. Giants coming off a bye. How many times can I say that in one podcast?
Giants coming off
A bye?
a bye.
I think they are. Yes.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
But I don't have a thing to check it. That was last week's sheet. Giants over Houston. What do I like? Brandon Cooks is questionable, but
Brandon Cooks is pissed off. He doesn't want to be there.
dude,
He
was-
literally sat out the last game because he didn't get traded.
yeah.
So I don't expect him.
Damian Pierce was having some issues in the beginning of the week. He is officially healthy now, though, I believe. That happened while we were been podcasting.
Yeah,
So-
you got the inline text from the doctor.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm still taking the Giants, though.
I am indeed as
Yeah.
well, taking the Giants. 3 home games in a row.
Yeah.
Let's get it. After that, we got New Orleans at Pittsburgh.
I think this is well, I should watch myself, but I think it's an easy New Orleans win.
Yes! High five. I want that.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh has pretty much cashed in this season.
I think so as well.
They had a fire sale with their team, and
The coach is next.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Next up, Indy at Las Vegas.
Dude, I swear to God, if you pick Indiana for this, because it's going to be Vegas.
I absolutely picked Indy.
No.
I can't stop. I'm addicted.
Quarterback got
I'm
sacked
slapping
9
my
times.
arm for Indy.
9 times. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but that was against. Oh, never.
Yeah, who was it against? Who did he get sacked 9 times again?
New
Indiana
England.
Played New England.
Yeah.
That's a good defense.
Yeah, they.
All right, we're taking Indy.
Yeah, Vegas doesn't have the defense like New England does.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
They can
boy.
string it together.
Yeah.
They have the player coach. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, let's see. He's gonna somehow make them feel great.
Yeah, he's not a real
And
coach.
too
He's the
awesome.
guy everyone likes.
Next up, we have Dallas at Green Bay.
Dallas, I think, is coming off a bye.
No,
Are you sure?
yeah, I don't know.
Because I can't find him in the Week 9 setup here. I'm not seeing them for their matchups. So I think they are coming off a bye. I'm taking Dallas.
Yes, Dallas did have a bye last week. The teams on bye last week: Cleveland, Dallas,
Right.
Denver, Giants, Steelers, San Fran.
Yeah. I'm taking Dallas. I don't think this is the game that Green Bay is going to come back against like Johnny thinks.
Oh, no one cares what Johnny thinks.
Every chance you get, dude. I fucking love it. That's the best.
You set me up, man, and I teed it up.
I'll do it every time, dude.
But yes, I picked Dallas over Green Bay, even though it's a home game for Green Bay. But they're looking good.
Dallas, not Green Bay.
Yes,
Because their
absolutely.
receivers are dropping like
Next
flies.
up, Arizona at the Rams.
You know, Arizona's not really doing that great.
No,
either right now.
this was a really tough one.
And they've both got quarterback issues right now. Wow, this is going to be a weird game. I think I'm picking Arizona though. No,
Okay. No,
I'm picking the Rams.
picking the home team.
Yep, I sure am.
That could be the straw that breaks
That
the
was
back.
exactly.
You know, being the home game.
That was exactly what changed my mind just
Yeah,
now.
but I did pick Arizona.
Yeah, you did. In a hurry.
After that, we got the Chargers at San Francisco.
I think this is tough, man. San Francisco's looking decent, but you still, again, the Chargers are losing people. And last week, what did they do? They won against Atlanta. I think I'm going to still take the Chargers again. Over
Awesome.
San Fran.
I'm taking San Fran. I'm gold-blooded.
Oh.
Let's get it. They got CMC. Woo wee!
Now I'm giving the jerk off motion. Get out of town. God.
Yeah, I think San Fran had a tough beginning of the season, but has the absolute opportunity to go undefeated the rest of the year.
Yeah. You got threats.
They're kind of up there in my Super Bowl favorites at the moment.
Okay.
They're doing stuff.
Does that mean they replaced a team like the Colts?
No, they were my top 5. They weren't my favorites, man. The Bills were
that's
my
true.
favorites.
The Bills?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
that
Bills
makes
were
sense.
both our favorites.
Yeah, that's true. That is
But
true.
things are changing.
Oh.
Things are always changing. But after that, last but not least, Monday night, Washington at the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles.
Dude, I mean, I hope the Eagles win. I don't want them to lose against Washington on a Monday night game.
So you're picking Washington.
I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Me too. That was a no-brainer.
Oh, boy.
And with that, thank you all for listening to Pigskin Isn't Just for Cooking. Thanks for having us talk to you, spew our odd knowledge, and just love you guys.
Right into your ear holes.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to be right in your ear holes.
We're in your heads, man.
But anyways, this is Adam Bullock, a.k.a. Just Bob Robinson, a.k.a. Your Commission with the Dish, here with Devin Forbes, a.k.a.
Kissing cousins. We'll see you guys next week.